Hello everybody, it's me Ross and welcome to another edition of Game Day. I arrived in Crewe for the Liam from Crewe derby for the deadest or dead rubbers. Unfortunately, a chance for players to fight for their futures and some youngsters to also shine. I want to go and get the sights, the sounds, and I'll bring you the team news very shortly. Let's get right into the action.
You look at the tech stock, so they're really...
Okay, I'm now inside the ground and the sun is now shining in Crewe, although it is a bit windy. But the team news has now dropped and the big talking point is that Kane Vincent-Young is starting instead of Wes Burns. Of course, Wes Burns has been suffering a few niggles as of late, and Kane Vincent-Young returns. Hopefully he does well today, a chance to really state his claim on why he should be playing for Town. Also, Joe Pigott up front with James Norwood. I'm intrigued to see how that partnership will get on. We shall see. While three youngsters on the bench, Nick Hayes, the goalkeeper, and midfielders Twanda Trewa and Cameron Humphreys. I'll be intrigued to see if they can get some minutes today, see what they can do against relegated Crewe. So it's now time for the pre-match interview with myself. Oh, sausage roll. Got my food, looking forward to the game. Deadest of dead rubbers. Let's bring it on. Okay, I'm with good old Liam from Crewe. First of all, Ipswich Town have drawn 1-1 against bottom of League One, Crewe. Liam, in your birthplace, not Cresty Road, but just Crewe. Your thoughts on that, my friend? Deadest or dead rubbers?
Well, I would like to say it's a pleasure being back, but, well, I left here long ago, so what can you say? It's a microcosm of the season.
Good word.
Yes, yeah, in one game. I mean, pretty much every game since the playoffs were gone has basically summed up our season. Just absolute go ahead, look so comfortable, and then just concede a poor goal late on or something. They just need to get that second goal, but they never do, and it just leaves it open to that sort of thing. And what can you say, really? A draw in a dead rubber against a team who are already relegated. Fun.
Well, we wanted to see a hammering here today. You know, Crewe are dead bottom, they're relegated to League Two. I felt some of the players maybe on the beach a little bit. I think they turned up, play what it is. Chapman got his goal, 11th for the season, fair play to him, but second half, dearie me.
Yeah, well, it's just, I mean, you can see why Crewe have been relegated. They weren't very good, and it was so comfortable. That's the thing. It's been like that pretty much ever since McKenna took over. Every game at some point has been so comfortable, but because they don't get ahead, don't get further ahead and put the game to bed, there's always that chance that they're going to be pegged back. And today, as you say, most of them were on the beach. I mean, Dominic Thompson, I mean, you're looking at these last few games, maybe some of the players who are looking for contracts for next season, trying to put their name in there to get something. Thompson's almost playing his way out of getting a contract next season. It doesn't offer anything. First half, he had a chance to cross and he tries to swing it back on his right foot and gets it completely wrong. And I'm thinking, you're on the left-hand side. You were bought to be a left-hand-sided player and you can't cross with your left. It's just, so, yeah, it's frustrating. But at the end of the day, I can't be bothered being angry or anything because there was just nothing riding on it. So
no, just to Liam from Crewe derby, they're going to be in League Two, we're going to be in League One again this season. Let's go and speak to some more people. Next up, I'm joined by good old Matty, my friend. Your mum's here.
She is.
She just witnessed
Had to drag her to what was probably one of the worst games of football in the world. So I do apologise, Mum. I can only apologise for what I have dragged you to and what the players put out on that pitch.
But, you know, overall thoughts on that. It was the deadest of dead rubbers. I think I've said that maybe 50 times in this video, but you've got to say it. Your thoughts just overall, mate?
Yeah, I think if you look up dead rubber in the dictionary, you'd probably get Ipswich Town versus Crewe as the definition. One thing I would say is, as much as you can say the players are on the beach and it's a dead rubber of a game, those players are still representing Ipswich Town. That's what everyone that came here today, myself, everyone on in that stand would have given anything to put on that shirt, and you're still representing the club, and it would have been nice to have seen a bit of passion, and there wasn't that, to be honest. I mean, I appreciate that your game's done, but you're playing for your future, be that Ipswich Town, be that elsewhere in the case of some players, and you've not really put any heart and soul into the game. And as a fan, that kind of hurts in a way. But as I said to you the other week, I think it might have been after Wigan. It would have been really nice to end the season on a high. It would have been nice this lot dead bottom them. It would have been really nice to stick some goals past them. And even before they equalised, they missed an absolute sitter, and Walton produced a blinding save. And I think, there's been a real drop-off of form since the playoffs have been mathematically impossible. And as much as you can hide behind the excuse of, well, the season's gone, the games don't matter anymore, they do matter because we want to see our team win. And Kieran McKenna, he's got to have a look at that, really, and try and build something for next season.
So next up, back-to-back away games. I'm joined by Neil and Maddie. And the last away game of the season, Maddie, is ended in a draw with Crewe. Your thoughts?
Disappointing again, like Rotherham, disappointing. I mean, Crewe are bottom. I did expect us to score some goals. We scored a goal. It's like me, 17 years I've been alive, and 17 years I haven't seen us in the Premier League or anything like us. The highest I've seen us finish was playoffs when we were in Championship, and I just want to see us actually win a lot of games and score a lot of games against teams like these. I mean, the ice cream van stand. It's a lovely stand, isn't it, for bottom League One? But for us, Ipswich Town, it's not what we really want when we're playing in a place like this. When we play like a Championship, but it's just, I'm annoyed. Ross.
Yeah, I'm sure you're annoyed as well, Neil. You've got a nice train up.
We got a lovely train journey. It was nice, very smooth, and we'll hopefully get the 5:30 if we get this all done and dusted. And my two highlights were, for anyone who's here, a beach ball went on the pitch up after about 10 minutes, and the stewards encouraged a young ball boy to go and get it, and he duly slipped over, which caught a big cheer. And then just at the end, you wouldn't have seen it, Ross, because you were probably out here, a Crewe fan decided to run
I saw it.
Oh, you did see it? He
Good.
decided to run on the pitch after their PA announcer had mentioned, I think, 25 times.
Yeah.
Throughout the game, don't run on the pitch. He ran on the pitch. He was gesturing to take on 1,300 Ipswich Town fans, and Julie then got tackled by a female steward who I must compliment on that. It was a brilliant tackle, right height and everything. And that's the highlights of the game.
Yeah. Maddie, final note before you head off back to Suffolk and get on a train.
Can we, next away game, can we please see us win? I haven't seen us win any away game all season. I've seen us draw.
Could it be your fault then?
I don't know, but I don't think it's my fault personally.
No.
But I just want to see us.
There was a couple of games when you were sort of unmarked at the far post and you could have headed in.
I mean, of
of
course. But I just want to see us win some games and win by a decent margin. That's all I want in life. Just win games and win by a decent margin.
Next up, I'm joined by good old Mark.
Hey.
My friend. Not the ending we wanted on our away game. Your thoughts on that 1-1 draw?
I probably would say I think we saw everything that we can see about Ipswich in a season wrapped up in one game. We were strong at the back at some times, then we looked a bit fragile. We were strong in midfield, we looked a bit fragile, and up front, well, we're powder puff at this end of the season compared to how we were banging them in at the start of the season. The beach ball on the pitch, I think, pretty much summed it up. I think the players I think one more game to go. One more game.
Your thoughts on the team overall? Pigott was starting up front, bless him. And then KV Voice back in the team. Wes Burns, unfortunately, probably niggles injuries. Your thoughts on the team selection and Joe Pigott?
Joe cuts that sort of frustrating figure. I don't want to get on his back because he's our player. He's contracted to us. I want him to come good. That's how I feel. I want him to come good. And he has showed some nice touches. Then there was a few infuriating touches as well. But he's not getting the run of games. Footballers like consistency. They want. We need the runs of games. And and I think Pigott could come good. But we're entering the summer now. We've got 4 strikers up front that at the start of the year, they were scoring for fun. Towards this end of the season, they're struggling. I mean, Macaulay Bonne, Gillingham was the last time he scored? Norwood, inconsistent. Needs to tone down a bit of the aggression as well, I think, but that's my opinion. And then Pigott, good in the air. Maybe, I think we showed today that with his feet, he's, again, a bit of time in the tide would probably do him a world of good. McKenna's got an interesting summer ahead.
Yeah,
I think I'll probably wrap up and say it was good to see Ashton in the States this week. It's good to see that they're already planning for next season. Hopefully, we talk about a lot of the infrastructure that's going to go on at Portman Road. I'm super excited to see all of that, but hopefully some of that talk with Ashton in the States was, around player recruitment, what McKenna wants, the areas McKenna wants to improve on, and the fans are turning up. We've got the fan base. We've got the. We're desperate. I think we're desperate for a bit of success. It's been a long time since 2000 when we were at Wembley. Let's hope next season is the one for us.
Indeed, and we're just getting blown away if you just saw me go like that. But cheers, Mark.
No worries. Thanks, Ross.
Stop, man. Lastly, I'm joined by Ramondo.
Hey.
Love saying that. Your thoughts on today's 1-1 draw, my friend?
Well, it pretty much. I don't know what it is with us. We do this all the time, don't we? It's becoming a bit of a habit now, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's at this part of the season where you think, we should be winning games like this, in our sleep. But you can't take this club for granted sometimes, most times anyway, I'd say. But we started all right. We started well. We got the goal just before half time. I felt we should have at least had 2 goals at least before half time. Second half, we rided our luck really. To be honest, I can't spin words out.
I can't, mate. Either, so that's fine.
We rided our luck a bit, and in the end, with all the chant, and to be fair, the fans for me got 10 out of 10 today. As always, we always turn up in our numbers, and despite our situation with it being a dead rubber, we still managed to turn up in the fans and give a good atmosphere throughout the game. And unfortunately, as much as we kept saying, Crewe are going down and all that sort of thing,
we'll stand up.
Obviously we're standing up. Unfortunately, bit in the back, and they had a few chances where they could have got 1 goal at least, and in the end they got their goal. And I have to say it, really good goal, well taken goal. And it just makes me think, why can't we do that? Why can't we have someone who can just shoot outside the box and gets a goal? And I had to say it, but we haven't scored 2 goals in ages and won a game. I mean, I know we got 2 goals under Wigan, but we didn't win the game, did we? You know what I mean? It's very frustrating, but this next season couldn't have come any quicker. I still think, got to give the new manager, who we've still, he's fairly still new to this, but obviously he's going to have an assessment of who he wants to keep and who he doesn't. It's good to see El Mazzuni get some minutes today. I mean, I don't know if he's ever played at right wing back ever been in his life before, but I mean, he's always a centre mid, isn't he? So good to see him get some minutes. But I felt today that Chaplin had a good game. Again, defence, at times we're caught napping. I think, at the end of the day, you've got to be winning games like this. It doesn't matter what part of the season it is, you've got to be winning games. And clearly, if they're ready for the Flipping Beach, then well, so flipping be it. But I mean, you got to turn up with games like this. Doesn't matter who you're playing. You've got to give every, got to play from the first minute to the 90. And Crewe in the end got that goal, which in the end was the soccer punch for us. Yep. It feels like a defeat. But at the end of the day, we've got Charlton next, and however that's going to go, I don't know. But onwards and upwards, and hopefully we can get a few additions in. I mean, there'll be some players who obviously will depart. Obviously, that's how it works in the season. And onwards to next season, we've got to hit the ground running next season, Ross. I mean, we really need to. I mean, it's all right winning the first 12 games like we did with Lambert in the first season in League One, but we've got to be consistent. And I know we're going to get injuries, but we've got to have players who can fill the positions and actually go forward and actually do something for the team, all contribute, We can't have players who, get froze out. I suppose, that's all down to the club and, managers and whatever not. But they've all got to be sticking together, and they've all got to be playing their part for the team as much as we play our part to support them. And
score set pieces.
Exactly. Scoring set pieces, we never score corners, we never score set pieces. I mean, we've got to work on that. I suspect they probably are, but unfortunately, it's not coming off at the moment. And next season, I want to be seeing more flipping headers by our tall defenders. Edmondson, Burgess, Wolfenden, But, onwards and upwards for next season. I'll keep repeating myself. And come on, you Blues.
Yeah, come on, you Blues. Hope you've enjoyed another edition of Game Day. See you in Charlton. Against Charlton, whatever.